Hey everybody, it's Marshall Mike here, and this is going to be my Supergirl Mr. Mxyzptlk episode review. So yes, Mr. Mxyzptlk, he is an imp from the 5th dimension. He was introduced into the DC TV verse in this episode, and he is a comic book character. Like, he's from the comics, and they brought him into this show, which I thought was actually really interesting because he's had some tangles with Superman before. He's showed up with Supergirl in the comics before too. We'll talk about that later on in this review. The schedule is that I'm supposed to be doing this video, and then I think after this is the Flash, and then the Arrow videos, and then Legends, and then some bonus videos that are coming up after that. But anyway, let's talk about the episode. So Mr. Mxyzptlk, he's an imp from the 5th dimension. He has these powers to bend reality, to shape it however he wants by making things appear, teleporting, fading in and out, things like that he can do. Kind of like magic, but it's, more like reality bending. So it's really interesting to see them introduce this to the television series because it's a fun character to have. He is a fun character. Obviously he's evil, but fun to have around. And I think that they will bring him back eventually. Like, it'll be fun to see if they bring him back. But he shows up at the end of the last episode, and then in this episode they pick up right from that moment, and he spells out his name. And now everyone loves his name because a lot of people can't pronounce it. Some people can. It's fun to see them play around with it. Because it's just so hard to say, Mxyzptlk. But in the episode, Kara finds out the only way to get rid of him is to have him say his name backwards, which I thought was actually really funny because it's, that's just so difficult. But I love where they went with this character because in the comics, he is so cheesy. Like, he wears this really cheesy outfit, so they make him like this really, like, I'm not swinging this way, but attractive. I'm gonna say attractive, maybe to Kara or like females. I don't know. I don't play in that ball field, but I'm just saying. So they try to make him more attractive, try to make him less goofy, and of course that's obviously gonna make Mon-El jealous, which was kind of his whole arc in this episode, was being jealous over someone who can give Kara everything, and everything that she could want, and that him being normal-ish. I mean, he has powers, but he's not able to give her whatever she would want in life. So it was really interesting to see them kind of play around with that idea. I liked that in this episode. But the one thing I didn't like about this episode is that it was very weird. Like, it was kind of too weird to me because they played around with the idea of Valentine's Day, and it just kind of didn't work in a way. Like, I don't know why I'm saying this, but it's like the whole fight scene in the Fortress of Solitude, like everything like that was just, it was different. I don't know if I liked it or not. Like, they took a chance with this character, and they made it really zany too. And it was like, wow, Supergirl, you're changing it up a lot. And I think that, I don't know if I liked it or not. I think it was interesting how they were to pursue this character. Supergirl's been doing really well and really fun with characters from the comics. When they don't do Lillian episodes or like Lena Luthor episodes, like the Luthor Cyborg Superman episodes are good. I mean, they're fine, I guess. But they have so many flaws. I mean, that's what we talked about, is that there was just so many bad things in the last episode. And in this episode, they pulled a comic book character. And they've been doing that a lot this season. They did Parasite, they've done Mr. Mxyzptlk, they've done so many other comic book characters so far this season. And when they do those characters, it's just so much more fun. Here it was kind of weird, but that's part of the fun. So I like how they're doing this. And I think it was really interesting that these episodes are better than the actual story episodes, right? But anyway, yeah, so it was fun to see him. I even liked when they did that whole battle between Mon-El and Mr. Mxyzptlk in the theater or whatever it was. That was really fun too, especially with the guns, because the humor was really funny behind that. But anyway, let's talk about the comics real quick before we kind of jump to the rest of the review. So in the comics, Kara has shared her feelings to Mr. Mxyzptlk. As you can see here, she's very angry at him in this panel. But yeah, so he showed up in the comics to Supergirl, and she's been really upset about him being in the comics too. And as you can see, it says there that he is from the 5th dimension, so it's really kind of like a really comic book accurate thing. The only thing that's not comic book accurate is his costume. So, again, this has happened in the comics before where he showed up to see Kara. So it's not really like their whole original thing, but it's still great. But again, I like the zany, but I also don't. So I'm going to try to explain this one more time. So the thing is that they got really off topic with this episode. You know, they would have followed up with Lena Luthor if it hadn't been a Valentine's Day thing, like if they hadn't done a Valentine's Day episode. So I like the zany, but I also don't at the same time. I think it's really interesting that they would go that way. But we have to talk about Winn real quick. Winn kind of got this new love interest. I don't know if this was like a one-episode thing. It didn't seem like it. Like, at first it did seem like it was a one-episode thing. Then they were like, oh no, you know, I don't like you just because you're an alien. I like you because I, you know, like you. So I don't know if they're going to be doing this as a full-time relationship for the next couple of episodes, or what they're going to be doing. I guess we're going to have to wait and see. I don't know what they're going to do. But I don't know how I feel about this relationship just yet, because Winn hasn't had the best record with relationships. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But who does have a good relationship? Mon-El and Kara. This relationship is so great. I hated James being with Kara. I just hated it. I hate James this season. Like, he's so bad this season. He was okay in season 1, but now he's just so bad. So I love that they did this with Mon-El. I think that Mon-El is a perfect match for Kara. Opposites attract. And I think that he's just so much fun when he's with Kara, because he's fun as in like a good character fun, and I think that they make a good couple. Like, it's kind of like one of those power ships that you want to happen, and that when they do happen, you just like freak out because it's happening. So I like this episode, a little bit zanier, but it was more fun. They did a really good job incorporating a comic book character, but also modernizing it and kind of making the character their own, because I don't think he was ever British. I think he's British or Australian or wherever this accent is for the character. What did you guys think of the episode? Comment down below. Links in there to my other Supergirl videos. Links in there to my Twitter, Instagram, vlog channel, and gaming channel. Don't forget to like and favorite this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.